Get ready for your daily dose of WordPress and web development tips, tricks, and insights to help you find success with WordPress. You're listening to WP the Podcast with your hosts, David Blackman and Tim Streifler.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of WP the Podcast, brought to you by WP Gears. I'm David Blackman.
And I'm Tim Streifler.
Today we're going to talk about why you should clean up your email list from time to time. Yesterday we discussed cleaning up your website content, optimizing it, improving it, and we're kind of staying in the same vein where we're going to talk about cleaning up your email list. So, Tim, this was your topic idea. Why don't you start it off for us?
Yeah, absolutely. We talk a lot about email marketing because David and I, we both love it, and we both believe it's one of the most effective forms of internet marketing, and it is one of the most effective forms. Not we think, and so a lot of times when you're growing an email list, you're focused on growing that number. You know, you're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and so you constantly are focused on getting as many people on your email list as possible. And you know, it's almost like you see that as the affirmation of success in a way. And so the thought of removing people willingly from your email lists just seems so counterproductive and it seems kind of backwards. But if you consider the things we're talking about here, it makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of reasons behind it. Your email list is the number only matters if those subscribers equate to revenue or whatever your goal is, more leads. And so at the end of the day, that's really what should be the determining factor. And so there's a couple reasons why you would want to clean your email list. And one is cost. The bigger your email list is, the more people that you have to pay for to be on there. And so if you have people on your email list that are not engaged, they're not looking at your emails, they're not opening, they're not clicking, they're essentially just taking up space. And it's not because they're not interested and that they might someday be interested. A lot of times it's because it's going to either their spam folder or a filter or an email list that they don't check. A lot of times they'll sign up for an email list and they'll put it to like an email list that they use just for email lists, just to get whatever freebie you're offering. And they don't actually check it. They're not seeing your emails afterwards. And so those types of people are just taking up space and costing you money. And so that's definitely a big reason why you should consider cleaning your email list.
Yeah, another reason that you want to clean your email list occasionally is analytics. You don't want to skew your reporting by having people on your list, like Tim said, that aren't opening, aren't clicking through and stuff. That just really trashes your analytics. So if you're trying to measure your, how effective your email marketing campaigns are, and you've got a ton of people on your list that, simply shouldn't be on your list because you should clean it, it's going to skew your analytics, and you're going to have a harder time optimizing your email campaigns, your marketing campaigns for whatever it is that you're trying to drive traffic to and stuff. And, as Tim and I's companies each have pretty large email lists, so we know it's a pretty hefty monthly expense that we're willing to spend, obviously, because, we're in business. It's our audience. We both productize, we have courses and stuff. So it's important to us to have a way to communicate with these people. But if they're not, interested in your stuff, go ahead and take them off. I know it's hard. In the beginning, it's all about, I have 50 million subscribers. Dun, dun, dun. Get rid of the ego, save some money because they're not you're the best person to be on your list anyways. And like Tim said, find out if it's going to spam, if it's getting tracked, if it's going to a filter or something like the promotions tab and stuff. And we've talked about that in a previous episode. Head on over to WPGears.com, do a search for email marketing. We've done a lot of topics about email marketing. So, Tim, anything else we want to cover on this topic?
No, one thing I will say, is you're not going to be removing people that are engaging. You're only going to be removing people that haven't engaged, haven't opened, haven't clicked, haven't done whatever. And you can even do things. You can send a special campaign just to people that haven't opened any of the last 20 campaigns, 30 campaigns, or haven't clicked or anything like that. And then, send them a campaign saying you're going to be removed unless you click this link to stay subscribed type of thing. And so to be clear, you're not going to be removing anyone that's actually potentially going to open or see it. If people want to remain on, they'll go open it and they'll click. And so every email marketing platform is a little bit different on the tools that they have available for this very thing, cleaning your email list. And so if you're using MailChimp, you'll look at MailChimp's documentation on how to clean up your email list, and they have tools. So keep that in mind.
Fantastic. Well, tomorrow we've got a fantastic episode for you. 5 intermediate SEO tips for any business. You don't want to miss it. Tim, until tomorrow, we'll see you then.
Take care. Bye-bye.
We've come to the end of today's episode of WP the Podcast. Join us tomorrow for more daily tips and strategies designed to help you run your WordPress business toward success. Remember to subscribe to WP the Podcast so you can stay up to date with each episode. And don't forget to rate and review us. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on WP the Podcast.